We're underway, first heat of event 17. Now both hands and feet have to be behind the line, and you have to touch behind the line to make the rep count. Now there's no rule on having to step down. The reason for that being is that these athletes are not rebounding the box jump.
Which is a part of the reason why they added this little shuttle portion, and it's more of just hopping your feet behind the line and touching like you would in a shuttle run in the open quarterfinals or on the competition floor. So it allows these athletes to be a bit more explosive and athletic on and off the box.
Miriam Von Rohr leading once again. She's at the bottom of your screen. Now in the middle there in lane number 2. She's through 14 of those 20 box jump overs. Ella Wilkinson is just about a rep behind her. 4 reps to go. After this, it's the sled pull, 140 pounds on the sled. That's about 64 kilos as Noelle is on her final rep. But it's Rachel Noelle in lane 2, followed by Wilkinson. And now here comes Miriam Von Rohr. Von Rohr is on the far left. Noelle is inside of her, and then in the middle of your screen is Ella Wilkinson. Now they have to sit on that platform and pull this 140-pound sled all the way back to their platforms. Now there was a question from the athletes earlier this morning about what happens if my sled gets hung up underneath my yoke. We haven't seen that happen in testing. Didn't see it happen with the demo team, but if it did happen, the athletes have to get up, readjust that sled, and then continue to pull it.
Now, the nice thing about these platforms is that you are able to really drive your legs, lean back, and help with the pull. Different than, say, a standing hand-over-hand pull, which requires way more upper body pulling stamina than this particular movement does.
You see this movement a lot in strongman competitions, and one thing that the athletes try to do is manage all that extra rope because it can get in the way. If you look at Rachel Noelle, like she's got it all piled up on her. She is in the lead. She'll get a rep for every section of the floor she completes. It's 9 total sections. She's on the final section here, so Rachel Noelle after this will move to the yoke. Have to carry it 33 feet. It's loaded at 345 pounds to start. That's 156 kilos.
And after an echo thruster event, some box jump overs, the legs aren't exactly fresh.
And the front of the yoke just has to break the line of those sections. It's a 3-section carry as Ella Wilkinson is on her first carry. Black is going to reload the sled now, increase the weight to 405. That's 184 kilos. And she's on her second of 3 yoke carries. Six-minute time cap here, not going to be a problem for Rachel Noelle. Final sled weight is added to 445. That's 202 kilos now as Miley Wade is on the sled along with Wilkinson. Noelle getting to work first. She's got to get it across the red line that's on the floor. The judge is standing by it. You'll see it in a second. Sled is down and Rachel Noelle is going to take the heat. She gets in at 401.15 seconds. And here comes Miley Wade at 405.57. Wilkinson's going to be the next woman to finish in the middle of your screen. Olivia Fish got hung up a little bit on the yoke, and now she's moving to the finish line. Alexis Raptis in lane 7 is done.
We haven't really seen anyone struggle with this too much yet. Oftentimes, the yoke will come down when you're trying to move too fast or you're trying to move horizontally before you get the yoke off the ground completely vertically. And Miriam Von Rohr, I gotta say, is that her yoke height is too high. The athletes were sized for these things, but that yoke is way too high. I don't know why she picked that one for her, but she can barely get it off the ground. She almost has to get on the balls of her feet.
The front of it keeps hitting the floor, and she was the early leader here in this event after the shuttle box jump overs, and she's just inching this thing forward. Is now Hannah Black is going to be able to get through this event. Black trots her way to the finish line, leaves Folo and Von Rohr left on the floor, and we got less than 30 seconds to go before we hit the time cap.
Yeah, you said it, Sean. The front end of that yoke. Folo is also having a lot of problem. Look, Von Rohr can't even get the yoke off the ground. I don't know how this got sized for her like that. All the athletes went to the yoke. The only thing I could think of is that they didn't have a loaded yoke. So maybe when there was no weight on the yoke, it was easy to walk with it. But when you add hundreds of pounds to it, it's going to compress everything more towards the floor.
Rachel Noel is going to set the early time to beat in event 17. As she was able to catch up on the sled pull. Actually, she took the lead on the box jump overs.
She did. She came out of the gates hot. She led wire to wires. You see Rachel Noel on the right side of your screen, very nimble over the box. Quick turnarounds on the shuttle part. And then once she got to the sled, she just used the legs, the lean back, and have the length of pull to get that sled all the way to the platform. And then once she got to the yoke, it was all clear sailing from there. Adding your weights, able to get across, and gets herself a heat win.
Great effort from Rachel Noel, 4:01.15 seconds. Miley Wade, the 18-year-old, the youngest competitor in the field, is going to take second. Ella Wilkinson at 4:18.57 seconds rounds out the top three. 2 heats remain. We'll be back with heat number 2 for the women in events 16 and 17.
Yellow line on the box, but then you have that sled pull across the competition floor and that yoke waiting for you. Some bits and pieces of the good old days as this yoke format is taken from Aeneas.
Second heat of event 17 of 20. So 3 events to close us out on Sunday, but this is what is in front of us right now. 20 of those shuttle box jump overs. Both hands and the feet need to touch behind the line after every rep. And there is no rule about how the athletes get down from the box. They can jump, step, do whatever they want. They just can't use their hands to assist in any way.
So this allows them to hop off the box, get across the line. Or after doing all those thrusters, those legs in no way are fresh for these jump overs. It's not a short box either. Higher box.
Matilda Garnis towards the top of your screen, and the all reddish orange now making her way to the platform to pull that sled, the 140-pound sled, through 9 floor sections. She's going to get a rep for every section she completes. Haley Adams and Abby Doman, along with Syria Meha, are working their way back to the platform. Here come Olivia Kerstetter.
And it's not much of a surprise to see Matilda Garnis getting off the box first. She made a bit of a business decision in event 16 and not doing that last round of thrusters. So her legs are a little bit more fresh than the other athletes.
1 rep for every section of floor that they complete. So at the 29 rep mark is when they will move to the yoke. Well, Garnis is your leader. She has now one section to go. She has to get that sled all the way to her platform, and now she'll move to the yoke that is loaded at 345 pounds, 156 kilos to start. She has to get past 3 sections of the floor, and then she'll reload that yoke and increase the weight to 405.
As we go from heat to heat, transition time from loading your yoke is a big component of this, and Matilda Garnis actually grabbed the wrong plates.
And the athletes were briefed that their weights will be loaded on the right side, will be situated on the right side of their lane, and that has allowed Olivia Kerstetter to catch up. Kerstetter and Garnis are neck and neck, and Kerstetter is making quicker work on that sled, or pardon me, the yoke. And now they'll load it for the final time to 445 pounds, 201 kilos. Time to beat. Upper left-hand part of your screen belongs to Rachel Noel. And Kerstetter looking like she's gonna smash that. Olivia Kerstetter is off. And Olivia Kerstetter sprinting her way to the finish line and will set the new time to beat by nearly 30 seconds, 30.05. And here comes Garnis, who will slide into second place right now in the event at 3 minutes, 38.46 seconds. Haley Adams is done. And that'll be the third best time that we've seen so far as all these women go sub 4 minutes. Surya Meha is off. And she is through. Abby Domit on her final yoke carry. She is done. Now in lane 1, that's Holly Tynan who's in. And now Ellie Turner, who set the top time.
This is a tough
and
move.
Heat 1 is Bjornsdottir is finished.
You can see her grimacing too. Oh my goodness, girl.
Wow.
Although I think she hit the buzzer.
She did.
That's it.
2 women are left working, Annika Greer and Ellie Turner. And for the second straight time, the woman who set the time to beat in event 16 struggles in event 17.
You would say to be expected because of what's required to do well in event 16. However, Von Rohr's problem was the yoke height. I think Ellie's was more just that movement.
Right.
That's a tough movement for her coming back from that back injury.
Olivia Kerstetter has the new top time heading into the third and final heat.
Quick start, especially for Matilda Garnis in the orange top part of your screen. Opted to not do that last set of thrusters to allow herself to be a bit more fresh for this, and that's part of playing the numbers game. Hey, if I'm gonna get the same place in this event, whether I do the thrusters or not, maybe take it off and try to give my best effort on event 17. It's 100 points up for grabs. The problem was Matilda Garnis grabbed the wrong plates on the first one, and that allowed Olivia Kerstetter to catch up to her. Matilda Garnis lost about 8 seconds on that, and that was the difference between her and her first place. And that went to Olivia Kerstetter.
Tim Paulson right there to congratulate her. That's a guy who knows a lot about going full send. One heat remains as the women are set to close out their competition. Here are your event results. Olivia Kerstetter, Matilda Garnis, and Haley Adams all go sub 4. Those are now your top 3 times.
seated sled pull across the competition floor, and then they get treated with the yoke to finish things out.
And the yoke weight increases. 345, 405, 445. Third and final heat of event 17 is underway. 20 shuttle box jump overs. Once again, that's standard. Both feet and hands need to touch behind that yellow line on each rep, and it doesn't matter how you get down from the box as long as you do not use your hands to assist.
Lucy Campbell is going for it, and I really love her technique. Watch what she does. She hops on and off, but she has one leg step back, and that is a step through leg to help her jump onto the box. We have not seen a single athlete do this intentionally, where that step back across the line, look, back foot forward, and that's the same foot forward that she sends towards the box. I love that technique by Lucy Campbell.
And so far it's paying off. She's through now 16 of the 20 reps.
We saw in 2025 in a back-to-back event versus 100 points, Lucy Campbell made up a lot of points that day that she desperately needed to close out Saturday night. It looks like she's trying to do the same thing here.
Well, Lucy Campbell, first woman done with the shuttle box jumps, and she moves to the platform to pull that sled through those 9 floor sections, 140 pounds on the sled. Amy Kringle right behind her, followed closely by Emma Lawson. Top 3 women in the overall standings, top 3 right now in this heat. The time to beat belongs to Olivia Kerstetter at 3 minutes 30.05 seconds, as Ariel Lowen is done with the shuttle box jump overs. Athletes are going to get credited with a rep every floor section they complete. So there's 9 total sections here at the 29 rep mark. That's when they'll get to work on the yoke.
It's like Amy Kringle still behind Lucy. Emma Lawson actually might be passing Amy Kringle, but Lucy Campbell still doing everything she needs to do to get 100 points here. Desperately needs these points taken from Emma Lawson if she wants to get an inch closer to that second place spot.
Lawson is moving ahead of Kringle here in the final stages of this pull, as Campbell has wrapped it up. And now moving to the yoke, 345 pounds, 156 kilos. She's got about a minute to track down Olivia Kerstetter. First carry is done. She has to reload her yoke. Weight now goes up to 405, 183 kilos. Amy Kringle and Emma Lawson are onto the yoke as well.
It's going to be close. This next transition is going to be huge for Lucy Campbell.
Lucy Campbell is going to close out her second yoke carry and quickly gets to work loading her sled again up to the final weight of 445 pounds, 201 kilos. Kringle and Lawson behind her. And Kringle has moved ahead of Lawson.
And that's
Olivia Kerstetter at 3:30.05 seconds.
Oh, Kringle just came down.
Kringle just dropped the yoke, and here goes Lucy Campbell, who's going to pick up an event win. She's not going to go away easily. 100 points for Lucy Campbell. Now Amy Kringle's back on the yoke. Ariel Lowen is catching up as well. Kringle takes a quick break. Kringle has the yoke down, and she is going to take second place in the heat, followed by Emma Lawson. So Campbell gets a little help from Olivia Kerstetter.
Got that extra athlete in between. And what a way to close out Saturday for Lucy, because she's taken a couple of big hits on the leaderboard in certain events. We saw it last night. We saw it earlier this morning. Lucy Campbell desperately needed that momentum going into Sunday.
Ariel Lowen is across. Here comes Danielle Brandon on her final yoke carry. Also, Maddie Sturt on the right side. Brandon trying to catch up with her, is just going to run out of real estate. Alex Kazan is through. Paige Powers is going to be the next woman to finish. Powers is in the background there. Here comes Paige Powers. Paige Rogers, pardon me. And now Kyra Milligan is in, leaving Elisa Fuliano as the only woman left out on the competition floor. One of those cobbler pins managed to fall out of the yoke. Fuliano with now just one more section to complete. Just has to get the nose of that thing over the red line. She does. And Elisa Fuliano is going to get in well inside the time cap. But it's Lucy Campbell picks up her 3rd win of this competition, the 7th of her career, and still has some fight left with just 3 events remaining.
Lucy Campbell, coming off that great finish in 16, came out hot in 17. We haven't seen any athlete really put a back-to-back event top finishing place together. But Lucy Campbell is in desperation mode. Led off the box, led to the sled. And able to have quick transitions on the yoke. Cut it really close at the end, but Lucy Campbell, a much needed 100 points.
3:16.21 seconds picks up 100 points for Lucy Campbell. Olivia Kerstead are good for 2nd place in that event as she continues to move up the overall standings. Matilda Garnis is going to take 3rd, and the overall leader, Amy Kringle, another top 5 finish. Let's go down to Bella Martin, who is with Lucy Campbell and Ellie Turner.
Ellie, congratulations on your career event win here today. It's your 2nd one ever. Tell me some of the emotions around your comeback to the CrossFit Games.
It's honestly been pretty overwhelming, especially the biggest CrossFit Games we've ever had. I'm pretty tired. My body was definitely not prepared for 20 events, but I'm really loving the experience. I'm grateful to be here, and yeah, I'm excited for the rest of the weekend.
Your family's here and you are recently engaged. Congratulations. Tell me how it is having a fittest man on earth as your partner and how that plays into your training and your success here.
I think we're really lucky we get to experience this together. It's a very hard thing to do, and the fact that we can lean on each other, we know exactly what each other is going through, really makes it so much more special.
Congratulations, well done. Lucy, we've had an up and down day. And as an athlete, you know that this sport can be kind of unforgiving at times, but also very rewarding. What are some of the things you tell yourself when you're down and you've got to get back up here?
I think it's just looking forward to the events that you know you can make the most of. And, as I said yesterday, really maximizing on each one and not seeing that as I don't want it to be a missed opportunity. So I know that I still, unfortunately, have some holes to fill, but, another year of the wrist getting better, another year of being able to work on all of those things and sort of put them more as a priority. It's just trying to be excited by that rather than a bit depressed at this point in time.
You've been second place. You've been on the podium before. You haven't yet been on top of the podium. What placement this year is going to be enough to satisfy that hunger inside you?
What a question. The hunger inside of me is bigger than this sport. I am super ambitious with other things that I do as well. It's just that at this point in time is the priority. I'm lucky to have people around me that remind me that there's more to it than this, and they're happy for me regardless of a good day or a bad day on the comp floor. But I think for this year, it's just remembering that this is such a wild set of events. I never thought I would be doing a lateral sandbag throw in a competition, but here we are. This is the 20th CrossFit Games, and they're throwing stuff like that at us. So just trying to make the most of those opportunities and be excited by the weirdness.
Well, it's definitely been a historic CrossFit Games. Congratulations, ladies.
Heading into the 4th and final day of competition, only 3 events remain. Top 3 have really separated themselves from the pack, but Amy Kringle is still more than 100 points up on Emma Lawson.
It still is, and it looks like Sunday may be more of a coronation than a competition. However, the race for second place is alive and well going into Sunday.
17 events are down for the women. 3 remain, as Chase mentioned. Sunday could be